Roman Reigns is returning to face huge megastar at SummerSlam 2025, says WWE analyst. And it's not Seth Rollins. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jennifer. Have a nice day. For the WWE family latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Fans have been waiting with bated breath to see Roman Reigns return and seek vengeance against Seth Rollins and his crew for taking him out earlier this year. However, Sam Roberts believes that the OTC could come for John Cena and his undisputed WWE Championship in time for SummerSlam 2025. Roman Reigns was betrayed by Paul Heyman at WrestleMania 41, and on the following episode of Raw, he was taken out by Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Although Reigns hasn't been seen since, many believe it's just a matter of time before he appears to take revenge on the Visionary and the Wise Men. On the latest episode of his Not Sam Wrestling podcast, Sam Roberts discussed a completely different direction for the former Bloodline leader. The WWE analyst believes Reigns may still have intentions to regain the undisputed WWE title and that he could possibly go after John Cena for a match at SummerSlam 2025. Roman Reigns would have to come back soon, and then he'd have to explain why he's going after John Cena at SummerSlam. The last time we saw Roman, he got laid out by Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. So for Roman to come back and be like, I'm back for John Cena, it's almost like, okay. I mean, it could happen. He wants the title. He hates John Cena, said Sam Roberts. 1 hour, 11 minutes and 45 seconds, 1 hour, 12 minutes and 4 seconds. A few days ago, rumors began circulating on the internet about WWE's parent company, TKO, revisiting the drawing board concerning Reigns' contract. It was speculated that those in power were not happy about the tribal chief making a sizable amount despite only having limited appearances. However, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful shot down this chatter, stating that such rumors were false. The report made it clear that TKO is not looking to cut Roman Reigns' salary. It now remains to be seen when WWE and Triple H decide it's the right time to bring Reigns back into the fold as we inch closer to SummerSlam 2025. Roman Reigns continues to be a force to be reckoned with in the WWE ring. Over the last decade, he has forged an empire for himself, and the fans continue to grow fonder of the superstar with every succeeding day. His defeat at WrestleMania 41 left him startled like never before, as he was betrayed by his dearest in the ring, Paul Heyman. Following the Mania, he wanted to avenge his betrayal, only to be met with stern resistance from the latest addition to Seth Rollins' faction back then, Braun Breaker. Since then, Roman Reigns has been away from anoa'i and is rumored to be back in the Money in the Bank. Apart from his in-ring flair, his connection with The Rock indeed propels the legacy of the anoa'i family 1,000 miles ahead. In an interview with Take a Look, Celebrity Interviews and Movie Reviews, Roman Reigns opened up about 3 of Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock's, movies, which he feels should have been part of his personal box set. Reigns pointed out that he loved G.I. Joe and The Fast and Furious, and putting his opinion on the line, he mentioned that he was a fan of Doom as well. When it came out in 2005, Doom didn't get the much-anticipated reception at the box office. Critics claimed that the movie failed to replicate the horror element that the game had, and the storyline wasn't written well either. However, Reigns believed that the movie certainly was Dwayne Johnson's best work, where he teamed up with Carl Urban. The Doom garnered $28,212,337 at the domestic box office while earning $30,544,841 at the international box office, an amount which was deemed as too low for the movie. Despite garnering cult status later down the road due to the early 2000s aesthetic, it failed to the skies. However, Reigns believed that Dwayne Johnson pulled off a phenomenal role in the movie. He loved Johnson being a bad guy in the movie, and the rendering of a villainous role is what got Reigns into movies by Johnson. He also confessed that in the entertainment industry, one should be prepared to pull off any role, and hence no one is making fun of any specific role that one has been given. The Rock and Roman Reigns did put up a phenomenal storyline together that led to the epic buildup of WrestleMania 40. Initially, it was supposed to be The Rock taking on Roman Reigns, but it all suddenly changed when the fans went berserk with Cody Rhodes being denied a shot at completing his story. That is when The Rock teamed up with Roman Reigns, and eventually, on the second night at WrestleMania 40, Rhodes managed to defeat Reigns to carve what was one of the most epic manias of all time. Paul Heyman went all guns blazing in his latest promo on WWE Raw. He made the highest of remarks for Braun Breaker, invoking the Terminator while hyping Bronson Reed beyond imagination. He said that Reed has hurt Rollins more in one night than Roman Reigns has done in his entire career. The absence of Roman Reigns allowed Paul Heyman to make the most of the situation, destroying the tribal chief and also CM Punk in the process. Heyman knew that he had 3 of the finest warriors in the arsenal together, and this alliance could absolutely eclipse the Shield. And a few said that even Evolution might fade in front of this hallowed stable. A lot remains to be seen about how WWE goes about forming a formidable faction that can stand up against these brutal 3. The talk suggests that it might be Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Sami Zayn who would be coming together. But then there are other superstars as well who will be out for blood, especially when Paul Heyman is involved. One of the names that fits the bill perfectly is Brock Lesnar. After suffering betrayal at the hands of his wise man, Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns tried to retaliate and settled the score with Seth Rollins and Heyman. However, the OTC fell victim to Braun Breaker, who joined Heyman and Rollins' faction and took out Reigns on the Raw after WrestleMania show in April. Reigns has been absent from WWE programming ever since. Meanwhile, rumors of WWE asking him to take a pay cut or restructure his contract picked up steam after a comment made by former WWE personality Jonathan Coachman. While the rumors were soon refuted by Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, as he reported that Reigns is not being asked for a change in his contract and will remain WWE's highest-paid full-time star. The argument that was picked up during the pay cut rumors was that Reigns is a key figure for the promotion's evolution. He is especially critical of the promotion that turns premium events like SummerSlam into 2-night showcases, a model introduced during his era. However, WWE's parent company, TKO Group Holdings, has in recent times taken some questionable decisions, and multiple releases, including the recent one of R-Truth, mean fans can't really trust that TKO would not look at the numbers and think why they are paying Reigns reportedly $15 million a year, despite his part-time status. In 2025, Reigns has only wrestled 3 times and has had a handful of appearances to promote these matches. Reigns first battled Solo Sikoa at the Raw Netflix debut, then competed in the Men's Royal Rumble match. The WrestleMania 41 triple threat match against CM Punk and Seth Rollins was his 3rd and most recent match. Since Raw's Netflix debut in early January, he has wrestled only 2 singles matches out of 9 total appearances, with the rest being tag team or multi-man bouts. In contrast to traditional sports, where an athlete's worth is usually defined by wins and performance, a pro wrestler's value is mostly determined by how the company chooses to present them. Reigns' face turn last year had a lot of hype, but the excitement has dipped, while in his absence, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins have taken over the promotion with their regular appearances and matches. Notably, Reigns was the leading face on WWE Shop, but is now behind John Cena, Jey Uso, and Cody Rhodes. The absence of the Bloodline and Paul Heyman has also damaged his stock as the conversation around him has died down. Earlier, the Bloodline members used to do his bidding, and Heyman used to speak on his behalf, while now there's radio silence from Reigns and the betrayal storyline is in limbo. While WWE holds all the power to either make Reigns' return a spectacle or ruin it by poor storytelling about his absence, one thing is clear: Reigns likely has less bargaining power than before. Lately, CCO Paul Triple H Levesque has positioned Cody Rhodes as his top star and also seems to be elevating his longtime protege, Seth Rollins, as the next face of the company. This shift comes amid reported backstage tensions and a possible power struggle between Levesque and TKO board member Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, a strong supporter of Roman Reigns. Does Roman Reigns have other options if he isn't happy with his WWE trajectory or his positioning? There's Hollywood, a big break like former WWE champion Batista got, or a career that John Cena or The Rock has built that would make sure Reigns never has to step inside the squared circle. However, there's one more option for him. Roman Reigns told Vanity Fair that his contract with the Stamford-based promotion expires after WrestleMania 42 in 2026. AEW's president, Tony Khan, should reach out to Reigns and try to convince him to join AEW. The addition of Reigns to the AEW roster would significantly boost their stocks. which have been severely hurt due to multiple high-profile exits, with some talent joining WWE like Rusev, Penta, Rey Fenix, Ricky Saints, and Blake Monroe, Mariah May. Tony Khan's promotion has seen a dramatic drop in attendance and TV ratings since the controversial exit of CM Punk in 2022. And since then, names like Cody Rhodes and Jade Cargill have also left the promotion, leaving a huge void that can be filled by Reigns. Not to mention, good competition in the pro wrestling world is only good for the talents who would have the leverage to negotiate better deals and not forced to sign contracts favoring the company, not the talent. Something both TKO's brand WWE and UFC currently do due to a lack of competition. Roman Reigns' Shield brother Dean Ambrose, better known by AEW fans as Jon Moxley, is also in AEW, which means a storyline between the two and a potential reunion would be a huge thing for the company and fans. If Tony Khan decides and succeeds in bringing Reigns to AEW, he shouldn't simply insert him into AEW's current setup. The company would need to build around him. Bringing in a once-in-a-generation talent like Reigns would require improvements in infrastructure, match bookings, and the overall creative direction.